Even in his youth, even in his youth, even in his youth, he was nothing. Kept his body clean, going nowhere. Daddy was ashamed, he was nothing. Disgraced the family name, he was something. He was born for your crew, I've got nothing left to prove. If I die before I wake, hope I don't come back a slave. Even in his youth, he was nothing. Kept his body clean, going nowhere. Daddy was ashamed, he was the same. He was nothing. Disgrace the family name, going nowhere. Leave this one for your brew. I've got nothing left to prove. If I die before I wake, I hope I don't come back a slave. Oh yeah. Leave this one for your brew. I've got nothing left to prove. If I die before I wake, hope I don't come back again. I'm dying. Even in his youth. Yeah, yeah. Even in his youth. Yeah, yeah. What a miserable day. But I observed the Sabbath once again, and it paid off. I worked through my misery. I flopped around like a fish out of water. Found myself again. If I wouldn't observe the Sabbath, I wouldn't have anything to talk about on this video, because, I don't even know if I'm observing it right. They call it the day of rest, but making avocado toast, and I was like, aren't I supposed to not cook? I have to toast the bread. So I don't know. I'm observing it in my own way. But for me, it's rest. I rested today. And now, here I am, playing. What brought me back from my misery is, if you don't know, I was just reading the lyrics to a Nirvana song. I've just been watching this kid. His name's Nirvana Covers. I thought he was Irish, but now, I was listening to his voice. I don't know if he's like Scandinavian or something. I'm not sure where he's from. I can't tell by his accent. Could be Irish. But he's been live for 3 hours, and the title of his stream on YouTube is Nirvana Saturday Night Live 1993 stream. And that's exactly what it is. He's been playing Heart-Shaped Box and Rape Me for the past 3 hours. And he's gotten 16 likes, and there's like 5 people watching him. I was watching him. I appreciated it. And I just realized, hey, I could film myself playing video games and talking to myself. It's just as absurd as this kid playing Heart-Shaped Box and Rape Me over and over again for 3 hours. And he even had Christian Slater announcing Nirvana before he played. So I was like, YouTube isn't YouTube. If it's your YouTube channel, you can do whatever the fuck you want. Doesn't matter how many people are watching. 5 people are watching, good enough for me. But I've been a fan of this kid. He's probably in his teens by now. I don't know if he still lives at home. I looked at when I first found him. Some videos he recorded 6 years ago. He looks about 11 or 12 years old in that. And I just remember asking him to cover even in his youth, because he's a youth. But he had already covered even in his youth. He commented to me. He'd already done that. Duh. It's the B-side to Smells Like Teen Spirit. Of course he's already done it. But he's really improved over the years, these past 6 years. Even in his youth covers a little bit rough around the edges, but he was doing that heart-shaped box and raped me perfectly. He's just like me, autistic, and we both want to be Kurt Cobain, who was artistic. You get those two confused, autistic and artistic. Kurt Cobain, he was the voice of his generation. He was an artist, great drawer too. But you know, a lot of people got obsessed with him and just wanted to be him, including myself. It's good to know I'm not alone in this world. I'm playing this game, speaking of autism, because I realized I was wrong in my last video. The new Stranger Things, he was playing this, the arcade version of Ghosts and Goblins. Not Ghouls and Ghosts. Everybody thought it was Ghouls and Ghosts too, so I'm not alone. It's Ghosts and Goblins, the arcade of Ghosts and Goblins, which is an NES game is Ghosts and Goblins, so it is a little bit better than playing Ghouls and Ghosts arcade on a NES. At least he's playing the arcade version of a game that's on NES on the NES. But I have pretty much the same opinion as everyone else about Stranger Things Season 5. It's not very good, except for the big ending. Everybody have the same thoughts as me. It's like too big of a budget, without any substance. Everybody says the exact same things as I thought. I was even Alexa, I was asking her what the reviews were for Stranger Things Season 5 coming in, and they think the same exact thing. It's just something missing from it. Alright, so this is a big deal right here. This is a huge deal. They fixed it so you can play Nintendo games and remap your Super Nintendo controller so you can play it like Super Nintendo style on the Nintendo games. And you can even look and get to the menu, back to the menu. You have to restart the system. Fully implemented Super Nintendo controls on the Switch too. And I painstakingly, actually, I really enjoyed myself. I went through every single one of these games and changed B to A and Y to B. Every single one of them. I was like, why am I should be enjoying this so much, but I really enjoyed myself. Now after all that hard work, I gotta play some Nintendo games, but I mean, I don't know what the fuck to play. I still play Rygar. I remember playing, I was talking about how rich kids had a arcade cabinet in their room, and I remember I went to this rich kid's house. I don't know how he knew my dad. I'll have to ask my mom. The dad was somehow friends with my dad or something, and my mom was like, this kid's rich. He has every Nintendo game, and he has his own arcade game. And I was like, whoa. And I remember his dad came home, and he was counting out $1,000 bills on his bed. I thought it was as the years passed by, I thought there's no such thing as $1,000 bills. But I looked it up, and back in the 80s, whenever this happened, there were $1,000 bills. So he was sitting there counting out $1,000 bills. He had tons of them. He was just counting them out on his bed. I remember playing this game Rygar. I really enjoyed Rygar. The kid was nice. I pissed myself that day. Not like I didn't piss my pants. I like misfired when I was peeing, and I like instead of the pee going to the toilet, it went down and I pissed on my pants. So I didn't piss in my pants. I pissed on my pants. So I did piss my pants, but not the way that most people would think. But was so excited to see all those games. I remember he had Shadowgate, and he was like, "You're not going to like that game." He was right. I didn't like it. I couldn't get past that gate. It wasn't until I was like 30 years old that I realized you like break a brick or something and find a key and then go through the gate. But yeah, this kid, he was like Lucas from the Wizard. He had all 97 Nintendo games. You have all 97 of them? Yeah, I watched The Wizard a lot. Like, my friend Evelyn Hall had it in middle school, and I was like, I remember seeing that in the theater back in 1989 or 1990, whenever the hell it came out. I was shocked that she had a copy of it because it wasn't the same back then. Video stores had movies, but they probably didn't even have that movie. But you didn't have a copy of a movie unless it was a very popular movie. And still, even if it, like Batman 1989, if you had that, it was still $20, and $20 is a lot of money back then. What else do I have to play? But you know, and then DVDs come out and stuff like that. I bought this DVD set with it had played this River City Ransom sports game. I have a DVD set, and it's all these family movies. But the disc with the Wizard has the Wizard, Cop and a Half, and either Ghost Dad or Cloak and Dagger. I think it's Cloak and Dagger. But the DVD set has Ghost Dad on it, which I also saw in the theater. But if you got Cop and a Half, The Wizard, and Cloak and Dagger all on one DVD, do you need any other DVD? Really? I don't think so. My friend Kyle Whalen, who I've brought up on the channel quite a few number of times, I'll call him my estranged friend, Kyle Whalen, because I don't talk to him like I used to, and I decided it's probably just not a good idea to. He's not ever trying to get a hold of you. It's probably just not a good idea to even try to get a hold of him. So he's my estranged friend, Kyle Whalen. But he's in the movie Cop and a Half with his brother Mike Whalen, God rest his soul. If Mike Whalen was still alive, I'd still be in contact with Kyle Whalen. Because last time I saw Mike Whalen, he said to me, "You're not just Kyle's friend, you're my friend too." That meant the world to me. But he died he was drunk driving. He died. Which is crazy because Kyle Whalen's been arrested and wrecked cars for drunk driving like half a dozen times. His mom always buys him a new car. One time Mike Whalen drinks and drives and gets in a wreck, he dies. It said in the newspaper article, Whalen was ejected from the vehicle. So, sounded pretty bad. Mike Whalen got me into Nirvana and NoFX, Pennywise. Mike Whalen got Kyle Whalen to play guitar, because Mike Whalen played bass. Mike Whalen had a big effect on me, big influence in my life. My musical style was I just copied Nirvana, and actually that was when I pretty much gave up on music. Was after coming back from Mike Whalen's funeral, and then a week later my little kitten died in a tragic accident. The night I came home from recording, and I was like, that was it for me. That was it. But once again, unlike Kurt Cobain, I'm an autist, not an artist, so this wasn't meant to be, but I had my time. I remember this guy Ian Vanek. I was on the road with him. He's in a band called Japanther. His hometown is Olympia, Washington, where Kurt Cobain lived with Dave Grohl when they recorded Nirvana, and he drove me by that house because he knew how much I love Nirvana, but he didn't let me have my moment. He just kept saying over and over again, "He's just a dude. He was just a dude." No, he wasn't. He's my hero. Just a dude. Wanted to be him. Before him, I wanted to be Jonathan Brandis from Ladybugs. Those are two guys I wanted to look like. Thought maybe I could because I was blonde like both of them, but no, I was fat. Nirvana covers is fat too. He's gotten fat. He could have some potential to look like Kurt Cobain, but he's fat. It's just Jonathan Brandis. He committed suicide at 27 too. But I don't think Kurt Cobain committed suicide. I've said that before. Now there's a million YouTube channels about it. I think that Who Killed Kurt is a psyop. I think that weird pink-haired Canadian lady works for CIA or some shit. I don't think that's legit, and she's making money off of it. And there's a crackhead lady too working for it. I don't trust them. I don't like them. I like American Spy Fox, or like Life of a Borderline. Eric Blanc. Who Killed Kurt, or Kurt's Army? Kurt's Army. They're okay. Kurt's Army thinks that the guy that came out to expose that Kurt Cobain was murdered, this guy Joe Burns, he thinks he had a part in killing Kurt Cobain too, which is very possible. I don't trust a single person who was at that house that night. Something's up with it. You know, Joe Burns guy changed the story all the time. But I just think that Eric Blanc guy, he got a hold of Joe Burns, and Joe Burns finally was so guilty, he partially admitted to what happened. And then all these channels popped up, including Who Killed Kurt, and I think Who Killed Kurt was meant to throw people off and to muddy the waters. I don't trust them at all. That lady with the pink hair, she's creepy as hell. She knew who I was. Because I commented that they should give a lie detector test to Joe Burns. Because he's just not telling the whole story. And I turned out to be right, because he's changed his story and wrote a book. And said he actually went and saw the body, and he saw the struggle. He said Mark Lanigan and Dylan Carlson wrestled Kurt to the ground, hit him over the head, and shot him up with heroin. Macaulay Culkin's sister was there, who's also dead now. But I don't trust anybody who was there that night. I think they all played a part in killing him. So I guess it's some ways it's good that I didn't get my wish to be Kurt Cobain and be the voice of a generation, or be Jonathan Brandis, be a teen idol, because I'd be dead at 27 in some kind of Illuminati ritual. I can just be me and make no impact on the world, have a total meaningless life, just like Nirvana covers. So, hey, 1993 Saturday Night Live, play it for 3 fucking hours. Who gives a shit? 5 people are watching. You can post anything you want to YouTube. Who fucking cares? There's such a limited selection on the Switch of games. I have my own Switch game collection, but I like to keep it retro. But I was thinking maybe I should just have both the Batocera and the Switch on my video tonight. Maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe that's what I'll do, but I'll play one more game here on the Switch. Their boring ass selection of games. The only thing that really pops out is they have the Rival Turf trilogy. That's impressive. They have that. Played this just to see what it was, and I remember it being cool. Actually, I don't remember it. Now that I remember, it wasn't that cool. But Scott Jackman, I think, texted me maybe. Nope, it was just saying it's snowing. I had to text Scott Jackman. I bought him Rise of the Triad on Steam because I bought it for Tyler, and it was a really good deal because it's Black Friday, and me and Scott Jackman have a memory of playing it with Sean Hirsch because he had it on his compact Presario. So I was like, I just compulsively bought it for Scott Jackman today, and I kind of thought to myself, I'm kind of over gifting Scott Jackman. I want to alienate him, freak him out like I freak out every girl I know by buying them too many things. I don't want to treat Scott Jackman like a girl and buy him all this stuff. But I realized it's because it goes back to even in his youth. I'm thinking about my youth. I'm thinking about his son. And the two things I wanted more than anything in the world when I was a kid was Mortal Kombat for the Sega Genesis and Rise of the Triad on the PC because I had a Macintosh and a Super Nintendo. Yeah, this game's kind of cool. So I was just trying to, like, I subconsciously just wanted his kid to have the childhood I never had. But so it's all about me. It's all about my own subconscious problems. But Scott Jackman doesn't even know how to get a game if you're gifted it on Steam. He downloaded the demo of Rise of the Triad. He hasn't even accepted my gift yet. That'll be my last gift. I don't want to over gift and freak him out. That's what I do. I just got way into this Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection and the controllers for it. I just wanted to play against him on 32X like we used to. And I bought a surplus of controllers. So I found them on a good price on PlayAsia. And I realized I should give one to his son too, because it's not all about me. It's his son should be able to experience it. But I think his son's more into speedrunning Super Mario 3D World. I think his son has a bright future in speedrunning. He's very committed, has an intensity. He's a future speedrunner, mark my words. But one day, me and Scott Jackman will be able to play Mortal Kombat on 32X, and hopefully he'll let me film it and put it on YouTube. Because I have a list of questions I like to ask him. It's about our growing up. I'll give a sneak preview of the questions I want to ask, because I might not be able to ask these questions. It might never come out. Well, it's going to come out because it's already up on Xbox. Okay, let's see. Where's the list of questions? Okay, did you ask for a 32X for Christmas, or was it a surprise? And I want to ask him about this night where we hit my sister with ice cubes with hockey sticks, and my dad freaked out, and his temper exploded, and Scott thought it was the scariest thing he's ever seen in his entire life, even to this day. I wanted to ask him about when he found a tin of Juicy Juice in my refrigerator after my parents' divorce, and it was so old and nasty that like the juice had turned into like a syrup. Speaking of nasty, I had a dream about this girl Jessica Scott that I've been thinking about ever since I last saw her in middle school. I still have a crush on her. Thought I might have seen her at the reunion because she showed up to the 10-year reunion. I didn't see her, but I saw her in a dream the other night. And I was like, I've been wanting to get a hold of you. She's like, yeah, I know. You wanted to take me to the prom. Okay. Well, I just want to tell you something. You're just like my dad. You get uglier, nastier, and older every day. So I took that as a sign that maybe I should move on from Jessica Scott. I want to ask him about when he had a go-kart that we drove around his cul-de-sac, and I just kept going while he was like being drug along, and he still has a scar from that. Oh, that reminds me, I should bring up when I shot him with a paintball gun. Okay, how Omar's house led to the Clarion house. There was a guy named Omar, with famous line, Scott Jackaman, you've grown. His family abandoned his house, and then we went in and explored the house. Because Scott's dad, Mark Jackaman, God rest his soul, he thought it was okay. He just broke into the house and let everybody explore around. But it was an abandoned house. But the Clarion house, it was just empty for a long time because the guy who lived there was suing in like North Carolina because he was falsely accused of murder. I broke the back window, the bathroom door, cut up my hand, and we're gonna like steal all this alcohol and VHS tapes and coins and stuff, but we got caught because idiot Corey Walter left the door open, and this old guy, Mr. Pennington, walked by and said, somebody broke into that goddamn house. I got the fuck out of there. I went home because I'm a G like that. But Corey, that little bitch, snitched. He thought he was so punk. He fucking snitched and told the cops my name, but they didn't come because the guy, he'd already had enough trouble with the police, and he didn't want some young kids getting in trouble with the police. How did you meet Terry, and when was the last time you spoke to him? Terry is this guy who sells used cars that had a big effect on me and Scott Jackaman's life, just on the whole philosophy of hustling. Kirby dream. He had a dream that in his sewage drain there was like a Kirby type creature that and was really, really like gory dream, and it was killing people and stuff. Dr. Blood, which was his tag. My dad gave him that name because he loves blood so much. Blood movies and video games. My dad called him Dr. Blood. And then when we used to write our name on the wall, he was Dr. Blood. And one time we were at a rest stop, and this guy walked in, and Scott had written Dr. Blood above these urinals, and like the biggest, like 3-foot tall letters, Dr. Blood. And this guy just walked in and goes, Dr. Blood. My motto, which is from a Green Day song, mow down any bullshit that confronts you. Walking on air, which I was saying when I got my first pair of airwalks. And how we were on the morning show at our elementary school on WAOK, and I got into a fist fight on the air with Hakeem Davis. Knocked over a camera when the teacher was out of the room. And how this was a separate incident, but she told us we were the worst WAOK group she'd ever had. I thought we did pretty good. I thought it was a great program. I thought we did some really groundbreaking stuff. But no, she said we were the worst she's ever had. These teachers and shit. She was actually a librarian. Mrs. Rooks rhymes with Brooks. They're seriously verbally. These people. You drop your children off with them, and you expect them to mold and shape them. But at least in my case, there's a lot of verbal abuse going on. A lot. Especially by my 5th grade teacher, Mrs. Glass, who was really hot. And she was extremely verbally abusive to me. Made me cry all the time. And now it's probably carried on to my, selection of romantic partners throughout my life. I've always been with women who emasculate and, even beat my ass. So, well, my headphones just disconnected. Maybe that's a sign I should stop talking about this subject. I notice I talk way too much about romance on this channel, because I've been single for going on 12 years. What's the point of, why am I talking about romance? Well, that's not my life anymore. That's my past life. It's almost been as long since I kissed a girl from the time that I was born and I kissed a girl. So I kissed a girl. Why am I talking about this? It's just nothing but polarizing shit that I say. I shouldn't even bring it up. I'm a 41-year-old man playing video games on YouTube. I don't need to be giving love advice like I'm Dr. Drew and Adam Carolla. Alright. Thank goodness for editing. Took me forever to measure out my cat pills. Something told me, measure out those cat pills before you start your video. Have to measure them out twice a day. It takes forever. I cut them into little pieces and get them perfect. I use a little cocaine scale. I had to buy a cocaine scale off Amazon. I'm probably on some kind of list, but I put in micrograms, and my cat pill has to be 0.58 grams. Be 1/4 of a pill. I have to have it perfect or I'll go crazy. I've been going crazy all day because I gave my cat her steroid too early by accident. I'm very sensitive to that kind of shit. So yeah, this is Terminator 2, the arcade game. Very excited about Terminator. The side-scrolling beat 'em up or type game coming out soon. I forgot what it's called, but it's getting delayed. But it'll come out eventually. This is a cool game. Another game I remember playing at the bowling alley, scary bowling alley arcade when I was a kid. Also, I saw Virtua Fighter for the first time there when I was a kid. That was the beginning of the end, Virtua Fighter. That's when games stopped looking like this. Started looking like that, and they've been the same since. Things done changed. Oh, man, I'm getting heart palpitations. I'm telling you, do not get addicted to avocado toast. I'm telling you, because as someone who's addicted to avocado toast, it has greatly affected my health. And I even Googled it today. And yes, you can get addicted to avocado toast. It is like a drug. That's the way our bodies react to it. Because our bodies are not used to having a fat and a carbohydrate combined into one food. We have not evolved over the years as human beings to eat that way. And so the way our bodies react to it is like it's a drug, and that's why people are addicted to avocado toast. And I've told myself a million times, you gotta quit. But I just went to the grocery store the other day, and the big avocados that are like usually $2.50 for $1.25. So I bought 5 of them, and that makes like I mean, that makes 2 slices of my avocado toast, but it makes, if you were a normal person, it would be 4 slices of normal avocado toast. But I just pile that shit on. And I remember when I was in the mental institution, there was a guy addicted to meth there. And he said he made his own. I was just like, how do you make it? I was just curious. I'm not going to make it myself. I don't have a plan. He was like, oh man, I can't tell you. I just can't tell you. I don't want to tell you. I was like, come on, tell me. I guess it's like, get like Gatorade bottle and like some cold medicine and like those things you like self-heating pads or something like that. And you mix it into a Gatorade bottle and then you just let it cook up in the Gatorade bottle and keep opening the Gatorade bottle to let it quote unquote burp. You just keep letting the air come out until it makes crystal meth. I guess I don't know. I don't remember exactly how he said to do it because I didn't make it, like you said. So I'm going to go ahead and give my my recipe for avocado toast with the hope, just like the crystal meth addict giving me his recipe, that you won't make it and get addicted. I get a avocado. I use 1 whole medium-sized avocado for 1 slice of bread. I get multi-seed bread. You can get wheat bread, you can get multi-grain bread, you can get sourdough bread. It just depends on what kind of bread you like. I like multi-seed bread. Okay, so you mush up the avocado. Not too much. And it doesn't have to be a totally mushy avocado. It can be kind of hard. It's going to be harder to mush it. But if you want a more buttery taste, have it be a real mushy avocado. If you want it to be like a greener taste, have it be a more firm avocado. But okay, so you mush up the avocado. Then you add a splash of lemon juice, like the little plastic lemon bottle. Just a little kiss it with it. Just a kiss of it. And then I like to add salt and pepper, parsley, crushed red pepper a little bit. Then my special ingredient, my secret weapon, is I mix in Einstein Brothers avocado toast seasoning, which is different from everything bagel seasoning. I mix that, all that gets mixed together in the avocado mush. Put 1 whole avocado mush on a slice of toasted bread, not too toasted. And then put a little bit more of that avocado toast seasoning on top, but just a pinch. And then just drown that shit in everything bagel seasoning. Just cover it in everything bagel seasoning. Slice it in half, and there you go. You got your addictive drug. And I've just been struggling today. I'm flopping around like a fish out of water because, like, losing weight from being vegan. And by the way, I've been vegan on and off since I was 14 years old. So I'm not some kind of noob vegan. Okay, I'm not some kind of newbie. I've done this before, but I always go back to the flesh. I'm a food addict. I'm addicted to food, so I go back to it. I tell myself I'll never go back again, but today I'm just like, got to get off this fucking avocado toast. I rode by the hamburger shop by my house because I had to refill water. They were closed, but like, God, I would love one of those hamburgers. Maybe I could quit avocado toast if I just had a cheeseburger. Started eating cheeseburgers. And I got a advertisement in the mail from Camel cigarettes with $5 off 2 packs of Camel cigarettes, and I was like, God damn, I wish I had cancer, because then it wouldn't matter. Then I wouldn't worry about living longer. I mean, the damage this avocado toast has done to my stomach and my digestive tract. I won't go into the gory details, but what it's done to my digestion, I wake up with a horrible stomach ache every day. I have heart palpitations. I would just, and I think about that I have stomach cancer because I have all the symptoms. And I said to myself, God, I wish I had stomach cancer because I would eat a cheeseburger and smoke a Camel cigarette, Camel 100, maybe even full flavor, but probably Camel Blue 100. I'd also get a pack of Marlboro Light 100s, eat a cheeseburger. I'd be happy. But I don't want to have lung cancer or diabetes, so sticking with this vegan, no smoking thing. But my life fucking sucks. I hate my life so much because of this denying myself. But then, being vegan makes me so much cooler. Makes me such a cool person. Like, I keep a little photo album of famous vegans and quotes by them about why they're vegan. First one that comes up is Richard Marx. Talking about Kurt Cobain being my hero, my musical hero, my original music hero. First tape I ever got was Angelina by Richard Marx. And Wherever You Go, Whatever You Do, that was my first song I remember liking. I love Richard Marx, and he's a vegan. Reiki with Anna is a vegan, I found out on her channel. I really look up to her. I'll never meet her or anything, but I like to think, Reiki with Anna would think I was cool because I'm a vegan. Alicia Silverstone. My first big crush I had as a kid. Well, maybe that was Madonna. But I had a big crush on Alicia Silverstone. I had pictures of her up on my wall. Woody Harrelson, Rob Zombie, Chris from Propagandhi. All these people, they're all vegan. They're all suffering just like me. I want to be like them. I want them to think I'm cool. So, gotta stay strong. Tomorrow's a new day. Maybe this is just a passing temptation. I'll wake up tomorrow and I'll think differently. I got to get off this fucking avocado toast if I want to keep losing weight. That was what really kept me going on the veganism. I was just rapidly losing weight and just like, fuck yeah, fucking winning, like doing great. Losing weight when you're a big fat fuck is the best feeling in the world. But ever since I got hooked on this avocado toast, I haven't been losing any weight. So I was like, what's the point? I might as well go back to my old ways. I'm having heart palpitations. I might as well just go smoke again, have a heart attack. I already think I'm having a heart attack. Who fucking cares? I just got to get off this avocado toast. It's just, I don't know. It's like manna, like from the Bible when Moses doesn't have any food, but God still gives him manna. Like, I don't have meat. I don't have cheese. I don't have all the good food, pizza, all that kind of shit that makes normal human beings happy. But somehow an avocado toast, it's like it satiates all that craving of all those things. So I'm able to enjoy every day eating this avocado toast, but it's fucking killing me, man. Fucking killing me. All these, it has a bad reputation for a reason. You do not want to get hooked on it. My mom's hooked on it too. Not as bad as me. I told her I got to get off of it today, and she texted me, "Well, I bought 3 avocados and a loaf of wheat bread today from Target," and I was like, "That's kid stuff. Go through that in a day." But Jesus, struggle is real. Feel free to unsubscribe. I'm listening to myself talk, and it's the most obnoxious thing I've ever heard in my life, and it's coming out of my mouth. But, you know, just where I am right now, vegan, eating avocado toast. I'm just a vegan addicted to avocado toast, a vegan millennial addicted to avocado toast, you know, so. Can I get any more annoying? Probably not. But, sometimes I just like to look at things on the internet and just, whoa, that's pretty gory. I never realized that that guy, like, gets shot by the fucking thing and bursts into a million pieces. Um, sometimes I look at things on the internet just to hate them. So if you watch me just because you hate me so much, that's fine too. Because I do the same thing. I look at things on the internet just so I could like hate. Remember that's from 1984. Like they would show the enemies of Eurasia. People could just scream at the screen and hate them. So feel free to scream at your screen right now and hate me because what else is the internet for? All right. Took a while to load. Time to go to hell. Time to go to hell. It's a boring ass game, but um, I like it. I like it a lot. Actually, I don't like it. I just find myself playing it a lot. Played it in a while, so got my 3DO collection now. Like, what the hell? I'll play hell. I'll play hell. What the hell? Can't hear hell though. Damn, I'm having all kinds of technical issues tonight. Like I said, good thing I had a edit. It's quite a cast. Good Lord. That's a pretty sick intro. Going to hell. Going to hell. For Satan. It makes me feel very adult playing this game. It's such an adult game. This is actually kind of amazing. I mean, oh no. Oh no. I forgot to fucking. God damn it. This really is hell getting this hell to work. Oh, god damn. Thank goodness for save states. I want to be the boy or the girl. I want to be the girl. You're going to hell. Right, here we are.
At least you're out of your underwear. You're lucky the hand didn't pick you up on indecency charges.
It's called a cyberpunk thriller. There's steampunks, cyberpunks,
Let's start with what we know. A scrub team tries to nuke us.
folk punks. What do they all have in common? They're fucking nerds. Alright, hopefully hear this game. A little more action-packed. Drug Wars. Drug Wars. American Laser Games. Sign of total shit. Tony Montana, baby. Say hello to my little friend. Take it to the limit. Walk along the razor's edge. Don't look back, just sweep your head and you can win it. Push it to the limit. There's a game called Drug Wars on the TI-80 graphing calculator as well. It's much different than this game. You like sold drugs in the Drug Wars text adventure game for the TI-81 calculator. Failed Algebra 2 because of that damn TI-81 calculator. All I did was sit there and play fucking Pac-Man, Galaga in class. That's pretty technical marvel though. Kids programming their own graphing calculators, little programs on them. That's a pretty awesome thing. Like Mario, Doom. I don't even know how we like traded them with each other. We had a little link cable and we'd all trade the calculator games with each other. I think now fancy calculators for high school can like have emulators on them and shit now, so I would have really been fucked. All right. I have an official 3DO gun. But I think my copy of this game is very scratched, much like most of my 3DO games.
The director says, take some target practice.
This is very Lethal Enforcers. Make it fucking impossible, bro. How do I reload? How am I supposed to fucking reload? I'm pressing every goddamn button there is. Fuck this game. Okay, I've played YARS Revenge. That's my favorite Atari game, but this is YARS Return. I didn't know it existed, but apparently it's a homebrew because it says 2005. But I might as well test it out. It has the same terrifying sounds as YARS Revenge. And it still makes me feel like I'm tripping balls playing. So it's a good homebrew. Whoever created this monstrosity had a great appreciation of YAR. Oh my god, it's harder than YAR though. Yeah, I just needed to trip out for a second, a little bit. This is some crazy ass shit. Tripping balls again. Making me trip balls. This is very difficult. Those little fucking floaty things, they'll kill you. Gotta avoid them. But I can't destroy Yar's base hiding in the rainbow force field. So there's two little floaty things in this YARS. God damn. Oh golly. Oh, this is just too difficult. Communist mutants from space. This says commie mutants. Space invaders. I'm concentrating so hard on this I can't talk. Even in his youth, even in his youth, even in his youth, he was nothing. Kept his body clean, kept his body clean, kept his body clean, going nowhere. Daddy was ashamed, Daddy was ashamed, Daddy was ashamed, he was something. Disgrace of family name, disgrace of family name going nowhere. He was born for your crew. I've got nothing left to prove. If I die before I wake, hope I don't come back a slave. I'm gonna leave the Nirvana cover of Even in His Youth, and the Noma Kills cover of Even in His Youth, because just so to introduce you to the Nirvana covers channel, and I want to leave in the Noma Kills cover of Even in His Youth. Because it's the best Nirvana cover I've ever heard. It's hard to cover Nirvana. That Noma guy, he fully commits. He fully goes for it. He's just fucking Even in His Youth. I'll leave a link in the description, and I'll leave a fancy card at the end of this video that you just click on the box, and it'll send you straight to the video. But just go in the description if you don't feel like watching until the end of the video. Alright. I always like to end on a stinker. It's kind of become my tradition now. I mean, it's gonna be a stinker, but it's also awesome because it's fucking Space Jam. Anything Space Jam, fucking Space Jam. But this is made by Acclaim and Sculptured Software, the same people that made Mortal Kombat for the Super Nintendo. So I'm not holding out a lot of hope for this. I think Acclaim actually acquired this NBA Jam license by the time this game came out. So I'm guessing this is a shitty version of the shitty NBA Jam that's nothing like the original NBA Jam. So, but it's fucking Space Jam. Space Jam has a chance of saving this abysmal playthrough video. It's just what a disappointment this playthrough has turned out to be. We had technical issues. Talked way too much about avocado toast. I have a hell of a I'm gonna have a hell of a time editing this. It's gonna take a while. Got my work cut out for me editing this shit. I've never played this before. What the hell? Game options. 3-on-3 minutes. Goaltending off. Hard, medium, easy. Okay, everything I want. Saturn was the first system to have a proprietary internet. There was they had internet on Super Nintendo and Genesis, but it was made by a different company. The Saturn was the first to actually have like internet included with it. Realizing that today, there was like an internet cartridge that you play games online on the Super Nintendo with. Picking Michael, duh, he's the best. I don't want Pepe Le Pew. Oh, so I got to pick a team. Well, I'm gonna pick the hot chick Bunny, duh. Fucking fine as hell. See, back in the '90s, if there was a sexy bunny rabbit, the Christians would be up in arms. Oh, what the hell is going on here? But no one paid attention to the Christians because it was the '90s and we were rebelling against them. So we had the sexy bunny, but then if you notice, when the new Space Jam game came out, or movie came out, the liberals didn't want the sexy bunny. They made her flat-chested and not so sexy, because they got their way. It's weird how puritanicalism has changed from a religious thing to a secular thing. I'm not hurting people's feelings. I hate both forms of censorship. I hate all forms of censorship. There's just so much access to pornography now that I think, back when there was a call for a sexy bunny in a movie, they didn't have porn back then so easily seeing. So to become aroused, you might need a sexy bunny in a movie, cartoon bunny. But now Just have this disgusting pornography right at their fingertips, everyone, all these Gen Z people. But they don't need a sexy bunny anymore. They have porn about having sex with your stepdad and stuff. So why would they need a sexy bunny? So make her an A cup in the LeBron James Space Jam. Who cares? I mean, I really don't give a fuck anyway. I'm not complaining. I don't give a fuck. Whatever. Let idiots do whatever the fuck they want to do. That movie sucked anyway. It'll never be as good as Space Jam, even if they kept the sexy bunny. So I don't care. This is all fucking absurd. I'm just sitting here fucking playing um, Rape Me and Heart Shaped Box over and over and over again for 3 hours. That's what I'm literally just doing right here. So, ladies and gentlemen, Nirvana. That's all I gotta say. Ladies and gentlemen, Nirvana. Because even in his youth, he was nothing. When I first heard that song, I was in the Pizza Hut was on the jukebox. They had this single for "Smells Like Teen Spirit," and I saw, wow, there's a B side to this. Even in his youth, and just the line kept his body clean. I took showers like 2-3 times a day when I was a kid. It meant nothing. Even in his youth, he was nothing. I knew I was nothing, and I'm nothing now. But I got really into Nirvana B sides and rarities when I was a kid. I bought every copy of it was called Outcesticide. It was on Blue Mountain Records, maybe, or something like that. And there are these Nirvana CDs with all the unreleased Nirvana songs. They were bootlegs. They were like $30 each, and I bought all of them when I was a kid. And of course, they got all scratched up and ruined. I don't know where they are, but they're worth a lot of money nowadays. The original versions, at least. They've been repressed a million times, but there are original versions if they're like a weird color. I had all of them, and I even had like fake ones, fake Outcesticides. My friend Alex Hager always said he had a picture of Kurt Cobain dead on a bootleg tape his grandma gave him. And I always believed him because I didn't think he was a bullshitter. And it turned out he was telling the truth. But it wasn't like some unreleased photo of Kurt Cobain dead, like a crime scene photo. It was a picture that was on the cover of People magazine where all you can see is his hand. And so I'd seen that picture before, but I always asked him, "Can I see that tape? I want to see Kurt Cobain dead." But it was just the same picture everybody saw. So kids exaggerate. But that was a local neighborhood urban legend back in the day. Alex Hager had a dead picture of Kurt Cobain, but it's just the same dead picture your mom had on her cover of People magazine. I mean, this game isn't like white men can't jump or jam it level shit. Like, it's just mid, it's just mid. Some mid 6-7 shit. Fucking mid AF. That was fucking cool. Ladies and gentlemen, Nirvana. She has me like a Pisces when I am weak. I remember seeing the video for Heart Shaped Box when it came out. It was right when I was starting to get into MTV when I was a kid. And it had like the Jesus with the fetus and the IV and like Jesus on the cross with a Santa Claus hat and the big fat lady that you can see her guts and stuff, and the little girl in the KKK outfit. The weirdest shit I've ever seen in my life. And my mom took one look at it and she was like, "You can't watch MTV." And I was like, "No, it's just Nirvana, Mom. They're the only ones that are weird." But that is some of the weirdest shit I've ever seen in my life. Still to this day, that video. Some artistic stuff, that's like you said, like I said, he was an artist. But apparently, right before he died, he's really worried because, like, the guy who directed the video said it was his idea. Kurt Cobain said it was his idea. So that was what he was apparently most worried about right before he died. Why would you commit suicide if you're worried about a lawsuit about a music video? It's because he didn't commit suicide. Is that the end of the game? Is that it? Loading? The black screen. Maybe this is my sign that I to throw in the towel. Well, sitting here in total darkness, looking out the window on this snowy day. Let's have one final message for you. Take care of yourself and each other. Bye-bye.